This is Mr. Ashton going through the paper I gave out just to settle any nerves. It says, between which two times was Scott furthest away from home? This graph here was measuring your distance away from home. So the furthest he was away from home was at 15 kilometres, and that was between 1400 or 2 o'clock, and he stays 50 miles away until 1430. It says he started his ride at 12 o'clock. He had a cycle completed that shows the distance he rides. He had 2 half-an-hour rests, but otherwise kept on cycling. He set his cycle computer to 0 when he left home. What distance did it say at 3 o'clock? Now the mistake would be to say, at 3 o'clock it would say 10. He's gone 15 miles up to here, then he rested, and then he went back 5 miles towards home. So he's gone 15 and gone back 5. So that would be a total of 20 kilometres. To work out his average speed equals distance over time, use a triangle. Distance between 1 and 130, so between here and here. Reading off there, that's 7.5. He's gone up to 10, so that is a distance of 2.5 kilometres. And that is in a time of, now it's in 30 minutes, which is half an hour. Half an hour would be 0.5 hours. And then you can stick that into your calculator if you want to. Divided by 0.5 comes to 5 kilometres per hour. Next question. Now there's a couple of different ways to do this, as we discovered in class. I thought the best way to do this was with a what's it called, a compass. So I'm going to show you me doing it using my compass. A hexagon, a regular hexagon, has all the same size, and because it's a 6-sided shape, it's like having 6 equilateral triangles put together or touching together. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to draw a circle all around this point. I'm going to use that as my radius. Now I know at this point here, where it crosses, that must be one of my points there. So I'm going to make a mark there. And then, well, effectively this should then make a triangle by here. And then I'm going to put the point over to here. Now it does that point there already, but if I come over to here and draw an arc that's in the straight line of there would be one of my other points. So I'm now starting to create this equilateral triangle here. Now I'm not actually going to join that one up there, but I'm going to draw its top in there, and then I need to mark where that point was. So it's there. And then I'm just going to continue going around the shape. Mark, mark, and then when I mark, that should meet the red line, which it does. It's telling me I've done everything correctly. You could have used a protractor. You'd have to be very careful. You have to be very accurate when you are measuring using the protractor. Okay, so that would be my regular hexagon, all with 4 centimetre sides. Question number 3, it says the pie chart represents the number of boys and girls in 2 year groups. There are 150 pupils in year 7. Now, what you need to do is you need to measure that angle. Now I haven't actually, I have got an angle measure with me, excellent. Okay, so angle measure here, come and measure that angle, and I can see there using the inside scale, that is 120 degrees. Okay, now that means 120 degrees out of 360 times by the number of people in year 7, so times by 150, so 120 over 360 times by 150, there are 50 boys in that year group. So there's 50 boys, and that means there must be, well, there's 150 in the whole year group, so that means there must be 100 girls. Okay, and if you look at it, that's a third and 2/3, so it makes sense that's twice as much. We're told there are 40 more boys in year 8 than there are in year 7. So how many boys are there in year 8? Well, 40 more than in year 7, so there must be 90 boys there. And again, that looks like a 2/3 and a third to me. So if I measure that angle there, yep, it's 120 as well. So the way I'm going to say that means this is 240 degrees. I know 240 degrees is equal to 90 boys. I want to go and find out how many girls there are, which is 120. So what have I done to 240 to get to 120? I've halved it. So that means I must halve the number of girls. There must be 45 girls in that year group, and it says how many girls in total are there in year 7 and in year 8. So 100 there and 45 there, so 100 add 45 is equal to 145 girls in total. Question number 4. It says Toby and his sister share. Now ratio did come up. What you should do is you should add the parts of the ratio together. You then divide this total by 7, which would be £6 and 3 pence, I believe, but let's just make sure with the calculator. There you go, £6 and 3 pence, and then you times it by the parts of the ratio. So it'd be 1 times 603 and 6 times 603, which would be £36 and 18 pence there, and £6 and 3 pence there. I'm not going to do the trial and improvement. I can show you very quickly how you do it. You chuck in 2 and 3 because you're given 2 and 3. It tells you 1 decimal place. You always go 1 more to check. So go 1 more to check. You're then probably going to do 2.5, and depending on what that is, if it's too low, you go 2.6, 2.7, 2.8, and so on, and you keep on going in consecutive numbers. I'm just going to pause there and get back to you.